Today's topic: morphine pain therapy equal death by injection. Welcome by International Academy Germanische Heilkunde by Dr. Hamer, MD. My name is John Holledauer. At GHK Academy, I'm responsible for representing the original seminar program, according to Dr. Hamer, in the English language. In today's supposedly modern medicine, we have the opinion that suffering from pain is no longer necessary, and that one has the right to painkiller medications. For even the slightest hint of pain, there are many different pain-killing drugs with different effects. I would like to discuss one drug in more detail: morphine. Bone cancer patients have apparently the worst pain. The bone is recalcifies under swelling in the healing phase, after a self-devaluation conflict. The periosteum stretches and expands to the point of crisis. The crisis generally has the task of preventing the fall into vagotonia and steering the organism back towards health. The urinary flood phase begins with the crisis. The previously stored water is now squeezed out again from the swelling, and the pain subsides. The brutal pain occurs in the healing phase before the crisis. With the bone, you can also calculate quite accurately. For example, if one was active in conflict for 4 weeks, the pain will come for 14 days and will go for 14 days. After a resolved biting conflict, the pain in the tooth bone is commonly known. What helps you against toothaches? Almost nothing. You have to go through it. With the tooth, you have the pain punctionally. But if the entire pelvis or the spine goes into solution, then this pain is almost unbearable. In conventional medicine, cancer is considered incurable. If the bone cancer patient complains about pain, he gets, of course, morphine. Nothing else helps with the bone. From the point of view of understanding, it is essential to know that pain is not an objective, but a subjective quantity. There's also no measuring device that could measure pain intensity. This subjective quantity can be seen very well in the case of a child who has hurt himself a little, runs crying to the mother. The mother puts her hands in the slight injury or blows gently on it once, speaks a few smoothing words, and the child runs on again to continue playing. Now, when the bone cancer patient enters the healing phase, the pain gets worse and worse. But there is no such thing as a healing phase in cancer in conventional medicine. One now associates pain with cancer, which gets worse and worse. In reality, the bone is repairing itself. The deeper the patient gets into the healing, the more pain he feels, the more he despairs, and the more he demands morphine. If one understands Germanische Heilkunde, one is happy about the solved self-devaluation conflict, because you have to solve the conflict. Otherwise, the bone will dissolve, and it's better to solve this conflict today than tomorrow. Tomorrow you have even more conflict load. If you now can estimate the conflict load, then you can make a calendar. 4 weeks I was conflict active. 1 week of pain I already have behind me. A violent week still keeps up to the crisis, but then the pain will subside. Just by this understanding alone, one has subjectively less agony. The knowledge of these correlations is the best painkiller of all. Similarly to the woman who giving birth, she also have pain, but she also knows that she will hold her baby in her hands after the birth. We in Germanische Heilkunde are often accused of making patients suffer. This is nonsense. Nobody considers the fatal effect of morphine, which I would like to explain now. In the deepest vagotonia, when the pain is greatest, the edema in the brain is greatest. Morphine has a powerful sympathicotonic effect. The patient is lifted with morphine from the deepest vagotonia into sympathicotonia in the shortest time. And in sympathicotonia there is no edema in the brain. Dr. Hamer explains, the brain relay is expanded to do the edema storage. Giving morphine forces the edema to hum into itself like a taut rubber band, and the patients die a brain death, just like the so-called golden shot in the addict. Once the addict have a healing phase with edema in the brain, and if he injects the same dose as always, but now with the edema in the brain, this dose is too much. With morphine, active euthanasia is practiced, and the cancer patient is euthanized with morphine. The use of morphine in case of an injury, for example, if one has cut off his finger, does not have the fatal effect. In the case of an accident, there is usually no edema in the brain. But in conventional cancer therapy, morphine is the beginning of the end. It is claimed that in cancer, nothing more can be done. But to suffer pain, the patients do not have to. So they are put to sleep with morphine. Some even think they are doing the patient some good. Morphine also robs any moral. When the effect of the morphine subsides, the pain returns with a perceived greater intensity, and the patient screams for even more morphine. But, especially in such a painful healing phase, the patient must not be robbed his will, but we must strengthen his will to recover. I know many bone cancer patients who has come through their healing without morphine, and for this very reason they are still alive today. I hardly know any cancer patients who has been able to recover after using morphine. In fact, I don't know a single one. Another effect of morphine is the intestine become paralyzed. The morphine paralyzes the intestine, and with morphine the pain immediately vanishes. You think, this is real relief. But in doing so, people just push the healing phase forward like a wall of water. At some point, the effect of the morphine wears off, and the pain sets in again. Then you reach for the morphine again, and the intestine are paralyzed again. Then there are two possibilities only. You starve to death, because the intestine remains paralyzed by the morphine, or you endure the pain. Once one has taken morphine, one hardly gets rid of it. That's devil stuff. In conclusion, one does not die from the pain, but from morphine, and very quickly. To be able to have therapeutic success, one must build on natural biological laws. If we act against natural biological laws, then we suffer. Have fun with your further study with Germanische Heilkunde, and goodbye. Until the following video.
Germanische Heilkunde is considered by those who have understood its underlying principles to be the most significant discovery in known human history. While conventional medicine is based on more than 5,000 hypotheses, Germanische Heilkunde can be proven at any time to be the only medicine that is scientifically verifiable. With Germanische Heilkunde, for the first time in recorded human history, there is a scientifically verifiable medicine for each patient case. More than 30 medical universities have already confirmed this in the past. Still, Dr. Hamer's discoveries have been suppressed and denigrated for over 40 years. Take your health into your own hands and learn Germanische Heilkunde while you are still healthy. For this purpose, the GHK International Academy offers you an extensive program of seminar tutorials from the basics through the organ level to the psychoses. This seminar program will change your relationship with your body and your health once and for all. You will find the direct link to the homepage of the GHK International Academy below the video.